What is up, my people of the internet? Bagodi boys, Leaper Kim Larrys, King Song, Karens, In Motion idiots. No, sorry, that's rude. What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to my channel. This is Dean with the PEV Point of View. We are wrapping up Washington, D.C. 2024 groundings. Today is Sunday. Last night I joined a ride from 10 p.m. to 6:30 a.m. I got back to my hotel around 6:50 and slept till noon today. I just checked out of my hotel and I got some time to burn. I got 50% left on my battery. We're here in DC. I got a couple hours to spare and I am gonna take you guys around some of my favorite spots in the city and show you how we do it here in DC. So let's get started. I am going to kick things off with the Lincoln Memorial Stairs. Now, I don't have the right shoes for this today, but we're doing it anyway. Listen to that suspension. That shit clank, clank, clank. But yeah, my suspension has gotten better over time. I talked about that in one of the rides this weekend. But I have noticed that after doing, some stairs, doing some drops and stuff, it's almost like the spring has kind of opened up in a way. And it's been really interesting, right? So it's getting better. But we are here at the Lincoln Memorial. It's currently under construction, but it is an absolutely beautiful view out here. We are looking directly at the Arlington, Virginia skyline, and we're actually about to head over this bridge here to the left is the Arlington Memorial Bridge that goes to the National Cemetery. So let's do a little loop around and we'll go fast for a little bit. Go over the bridge, show you the district. All right, guys, here we go. So I am half battery and not in the right shoes. So we're gonna take it slow. I'm gonna stay in the right lane, not go crazy, not be swerving all over the place. But man, take a look at Arlington, Virginia, off to the right, the beautiful Potomac. Off to the right, you got the JFK Performance Arts Center. You got Georgetown, if you can see that far. The Watergate Hotel is over that way. And we are flying. I hope you got the GPS on. I hope I have the GPS on. But yeah, man. Washington, D.C. groundings was a huge success. Every ride I went on was an absolute banger. I had such a great time seeing all my old friends, hanging out at spots I used to go to, eating great food, all that. It's been super nice. And we're gonna jump in front of this car and continue on the roundabout. So I wanna show you Arlington National Cemetery, but I think you need a pass to get in there, so I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna loop right back over the bridge. We're gonna go back to the DC Monument. I'm gonna fly by the Jefferson Memorial. I'm gonna show you Mr. Martin Luther King. And keep on going. So yeah, coming back this way, going from Virginia to DC. We just saw a rider right there, Sherman S. rider. I don't know if you saw that, but beautiful view. You got the Washington Monument, the big pencil looking thing right there, Lincoln in front of us. It's super fun. Now I'm going 42, and when I look back down, I see 2 out of 5 bars of battery. So I'm not going stupid out here, but yes, sir. I'm gonna put my camera down so I can signal that I'm moving to the right. So hope I don't get cut off. But no, we're good. We are great. And DC is a super fun PEV city to ride in, super smooth roads. I say that as I'm about to hit like the bumpiest road, but it's okay. All right, and we're off. So they have closed off the route I used to take to get to the Thomas Jefferson Memorial off to the right. So we're going the alternate way. We're gonna take a long loop around the tidal basin and then show you that Thomas Jefferson Memorial. I'm gonna sit on down. Probably wanna conserve battery. All right, check this out. We got the tidal basin, Jefferson Memorial off to your right. We got some people on the rowboats out here. Got a plane flying overhead. It's a beautiful day in DC, man. Super fun to ride here. Open streets, nobody on the road, and it's going good. We got Washington Monument off to our left. Big old pencil boy. All right, guys, back at it again. Getting closer and closer to the Jefferson Memorial. We're gonna take the fun way. I could just jump over the crosswalk, but let's not take the highway entrance way. Take a look at this. Rolling up Thomas Jefferson Memorial. We're gonna get some really fun looks from the tourists right here. And this is always a fun part of being in DC. So DC is an extremely touristy city. There's always tourists from all over the world here. And man, the looks that you see, man, people are just like, I've never ever seen any sort of vehicle like that before. Got a whole bunch of dual wheelies this trip. And we're gonna slow on down, merge into the group. And we're pulling up on the monument. Super, super serene out here. All right, guys, inside there is a carved inscription of the Constitution and a very large statue of Thomas Jefferson. And it's cool. Show you guys the tidal basin. A little fun fact from my personal life, I used to love coming fishing here. Okay. I used to love coming fishing here. The tidal basin is home to a number of really cool species. You can catch sturgeon. You can catch striped bass. Huge, huge catfish. It's a cool place. Well, this is the beauty of groundings. You got random riders you don't know flying by you. There's another group ride going on, it looks like. Just saw a couple of New York riders. I think they're New York riders. I'm pretty sure I saw one man, Edwin, out there. But yeah, guys, keeping it moving along this tour, we are going to loop around the tidal basin to the Martin Luther King Monument. Cut between a car or a golf cart and a biker. We're on our way. When I lived in DC, I used to love this stretch of road. Oh, it looks like it's under construction now, but this stretch of road was like super open. I remember when I first got my EX30, and I just could full send it down this road. It was such a crazy feeling to have a wheel that powerful compared to all the other options at the time, right? So it's crazy how that works. All right, guys, we're rolling up on the Martin Luther King statue monument, if you want to call it that. This is what it looks like, carved out of a combined set of granite stones. And just from my time sitting out here, listening to people talk, listening to tour guides and stuff, I picked up some information about it, right? So this statue is made of granite. But the controversial thing is, there's two controversial things. One, it's made of Chinese granite, right? This granite was imported. We have a lot of granite in the United States, like there was options to choose from. And then secondly, they made it out of white granite. Dr. Martin Luther King, legendary African-American figure, they decided to make it out of white granite. So you can see some of the irony there. But nonetheless, it is a beautiful statue. I'm not going to get in the way of all these people's pictures, but I'm going to keep it moving and show you guys the backside. All right, we're heading out. Going back over the Tidal Basin Bridge, and I'm now taking you guys over to that big pointy building, the Washington Monument, the Pencil. All right, we're gonna make this left. And then see if we can't sneak on through. Alrighty guys, now look at this site. So I talked about it before, but there can be no buildings in DC built taller than this Washington Monument. So you can see the skyline over here is relatively small. There's no skyscrapers in DC. It's all these, you know, height controlled government buildings. But yeah guys, approaching the Washington Monument. We're gonna go right to the base of it, do some circles, spin around a little bit, show you what it's like.
But where is this woman? Where is
All right guys, here we are. I keep saying, all right guys, I gotta find some new intros. And here we are. Look at this beautiful site. Hundreds, or not hundreds, probably 50 American flags. That would make the most sense. 50 American flags surrounding the Washington Monument. There's actually an elevator to the top in this building right here. I haven't been up it. They offer, they actually auction off slots to go there. You have to reserve online and enter this lottery to win tickets to go up there. But I heard it's a pretty cool experience. As you can see, most people are hanging out in the shade of the Pencil. What a cool feeling, right? And when you're on top of this hill, you can have a great view of all the different sites, right? Straight ahead is the Lincoln Memorial. You got the beautiful reflecting pool. Another fun fact about the reflecting pool is every year they drain it to clean all the duck poop and stuff off. And they leave it empty for like 3 weeks. So you have a chance to ride your unicycle in the reflecting pool. And I've done it several times. It's really fun. It's like 3 football fields of open space where there's nobody else. And it's super, super smooth because it's normally underwater. But yeah, what else? So going this way, straight in front of us to our right is the Barack Obama sponsored National African American History Museum, I believe. It's something along those lines. There's an African American focused museum that Obama put the sponsorship and funding in place for. Oh, thank you. But so they got funding for the Barack set up funding for this amazing museum, and it's one of the only museums in DC that actually has paid entry. Almost every other museum and institute is completely free here in the district, but this one you have to pay for, and it's a good time. We got people out here selling Kamala Harris t-shirts. Hey, it's coming up quick, man. November is almost here. It's the time of the year. Being in DC in November is a really fun time. Just in general, the city gets so many protests. It feels like every single week there's some sort of protest going on, some sort of disagreement about something. But you know, that's just what it's like living in the heart of the beast. We're living in the swamp. All right, we got a few more stops along the way, guys. We're gonna circle around through these monuments. We're circling around through these museums, rather. Swing by the United States Capitol building. Go around back, show you guys the Supreme Court, and maybe sign off from there. We'll see how much longer we got going, but my battery is at, I've only used 3 volts, so I got some room to go if I want to kill my battery before I got to drop it off to my buddy who took a U-Haul all the way here. But that's not now. Okay, so we got some beautiful government buildings here. Look at the architecture. A lot of the U.S. federal buildings are that same style of architecture with the very big pillars, similar to that Jeffersonian style of architecture with rotundas, large pillars, and open spaces. But yeah, this street right here has cool museums on either side of it. Some of the best museums in the world. I mean, these museums are huge, enormous, and so interesting. You could literally spend an entire day in probably one single one of them. Most notorious one, or not notorious, but the one I've enjoyed the most, that was the most thought-reflecting, is the Holocaust Museum. And it's some eye-opening stuff when you go see that one. It really makes you think about the capabilities of humans, you know. But anyway, on a lighter note, PEV point of view, keeping it PEV related. Oh, you know what? I'm so slow. I didn't even show you the one monument you guys probably all came to see, the White House. So we'll do a loop by the United States Capitol, show you the Supreme Court building, and then we'll make our way to the White House and sign off. I'm gonna see if we can do it in 5 minutes of video time, because I have been recording so much content this weekend at Groundings. I think I literally have 2.5 hours of recorded footage I have to edit. So I was gonna say apologize if there's a delay between Groundings and seeing my videos, but this will be like the 3rd video I post, so it would have been posted and there would have been a delay already. But anyway, yeah, back to it. Future Dean talking to present you guys, or past Dean, you know what it is. I don't know what's going on here. And we're off. Parking is mighty competitive around this area. Oh, got the green light. Perfect, perfect. So that is a National Museum of the American Indian. I always like the shape of their building. They have a really cool architectured building. It's kind of like terracotta style. But we're gonna make this right, then we're gonna make this left, and we're gonna be at the United States Capitol. All right, guys, here you go. So I've rode around the Capitol building in the main groundings ride, so won't go in depth in the commentary, but basically there's these two really cool traffic circles out front of the buildings. I like to do little circles and loops on. There's sidewalks going up each side of the building around to the back where there's like this central meeting area, where there's like this central gathering point. And yeah, every single tourist I pass is looking at me and looking at the camera, so maybe I'll do some highlights, some spotlights. But yeah, I'll do a quick pass around the front, whip around to the back, and then keep it moving. I really love these big old magnolia trees right here that remind me of where I grew up in the South, Atlanta, Georgia. I'm gonna ruin everybody's picture right now. I'm just riding directly through everybody taking pictures on my electric unicycle. This is a Capitol building. It's beautiful. I don't know, it's granite, white stone. It's nice. I like it. It looks very pretty. It's very uniform, and it probably needs tighter security because they broke into it January 6th. I'm loving these looks I'm getting. This is so fun. But yeah, beautiful, nice sidewalks, nice smooth sidewalks. Beautiful building. We'll swing around to the front, or actually this is the back. All right, guys. Very cool design, the dome on the top, unique architecture. And I'll let you guys keep looking at it while I go this way. All right, flip you around. So we are now approaching two more important buildings. The one off to the left is the Supreme Court. Yeah, so I try to not keep my channel very political or anything like that. But all right, so I try to not to keep my channel political. Well, this is the Supreme Court, and they've had some questionable decisions as of late. Nonetheless, the people who work inside this building here have a job that impacts the lives of every American, and there's got to be a huge responsibility to sit in one of those chairs and think about some of the decisions that they have to think through, and whatever powers might be influencing them into their decisions. But yeah, this is the Supreme Court. That's enough for me. We're gonna keep it moving. As I try to remember what this other important building in front of us is, I hope they have a sign or something, because I remember that this is an important one, but I don't remember what it is. Just look at this artwork, statues. Yep, couldn't find out what that building was, but cool design. All right, guys. Okay, so I'm gonna make my way over to the White House and then call this thing a day, call my groundings adventure a day or a weekend or a wrap. This weekend was so much fun. So the first day I did 125 miles. The second day I did 143 miles. I rode from 10 p.m. to 7 a.m. when I hit my bed, and it was great vibes all around. I didn't really see anybody get mad, any altercations, any problems. It was like absolutely great vibes, just vibing all around. It was super cool to see that, and great to be a part of that. Okay, I just got the GPS directions locked into my memory. I'm on Independence. I'm gonna turn right on 17th, and then probably get on like H or K and then find the White House. But tight squeeze, we are off. I have to remember I'm low battery. I have 110 volts. It's actually a little bit lower than I would like it to be. While I'm speaking about it, I did have, oh, never mind. Okay, so now that Chicago and Washington, D.C. groundings is officially in the books, what other mass PEV group rides are there? Are you guys going to, right? I have a couple Chicago buddies of mine are starting to show some interest in amped electric games. Now, I'm honestly, quite honest, I'm not really much of an off-road rider. That's like the one area I just have not had experience in. Like, there's no single track, there's no black diamond, anything in anywhere near where I live. So it's hard for me to get reps in that area. So I'm not sure if I'd want to go to amped, but the vibe looks incredible. Seth and the team does a great job with marketing and just the community vibe. But yeah, that's really got me considering, that really has me considering going to amped electric games. I'm trying to think of what other group events there are. I know there have been some on the East Coast, Wheel Life Rally, and there was Ride Canuga, something like that, Ride something. And we're riding back through the monuments. There's Lincoln and the reflecting pool off to our left. Tons of tourists off to our right. Washington Monument off to our right. And we are fastly approaching the White House. Joseph Biden is in sight. It's not. Okay, people, I'm gonna go ahead and sign off here now that we have reached the White House. I'm not sure if we're gonna be able to find a rare Joseph Biden spotting, but it's always fun to come hang out at the White House. You can talk to the Secret Service. You can see sometimes snipers up on the top deck. They have like a whole catwalk up there, and sometimes you'll see a guy with a tripod. Look, it's a guy with not a guy, but there's a rangefinder and a scope up there and whatnot. But anyway, super cool experience being able to ride around Washington, D.C. for a weekend. If you guys ever get the opportunity to come to an event like this, seriously let this video be the influence to take you on that trip and do that adventure. Train your skills up. Make sure you're a good rider, and then come on out. Make sure you're capable and have some fun, guys. This has been the best PEV ride of my life so far, or like PEV group adventure ride weekend of my life so far. It's been absolutely wonderful, and I'm gonna go ahead and sign off here, guys. So thank you so much for taking time to view life from the PEV point of view. Stay safe out there on the streets, guys, and I will see you in the next one. Thanks so much. Signing off.